Hey humans, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I do videos on creepy and disturbing things. Today we're going to talk about probably the creepiest song in the world. I'm sure you've heard of it before. It's on every creepy TikTok video that was ever made. That weird song, Tiptoe through the Tulips. So unfortunately I can't play the song on my video because I'll probably get a copyright strike, but if you want to listen to it before you watch this video, or if you've never heard it before, I'll have a link to the actual song in the description. So the song was actually first published back in 1929 by Al Dubin and Joe Burke. It then became popular by a guitarist named Nick Lucas. So of course the song actually wasn't written to be creepy, of course. It was just a romantic happy song, probably about a man who was asking his lover to take a walk in the tulips with him. Then a musician named Tiny Tim created his own version of the song all the way up in 1968. This is the higher pitched version that you know from TikTok and that we usually hear today, and it became his signature song. First of all, I have to admit that Tiny Tim is just a little bit creepy himself. By all accounts, he was a great person, but he just has this like really big toothy smile and this really crazy wild hair, and then just kind of this cartoonish look to him, which just kind of gives him this air of creepiness. Some people speculate that this is actually the reason the song is so creepy is because the person performing it is a little creepy, which may be true for some accounts, but it's also like a lot of people think it's creepy without ever knowing who sings it. For me and many other people, we kind of thought it was a woman singing in a high-pitched voice, and yeah, I didn't even know that it was a man until I started researching for this video. What is really creepy about the song is that this musician, Tiny Tim, died while playing the song. And of course, this fact leads a lot of people to believe that this song is cursed. On September 28th, 1996, Tiny Tim was performing at a ukulele festival when he suffered from a heart attack. He then went to the hospital. He survived, but he was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and the doctors of course warned him that he shouldn't perform ever again because his health was so poor. Tiny Tim ignored this advice and went on to perform more anyway. On November 30th, 1996, which is about 2 months after the first heart attack, he was performing at a gala benefit for the Women's Club of Minneapolis. He'd actually complained to his wife at the time that he wasn't feeling well before the show, but he went on to play anyway because he didn't want to disappoint anybody in the audience. He was playing his very last song of his set, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, when he suffered from another heart attack during the show. He ended up collapsing when his wife was trying to take him back to the table to sit down, and he lost consciousness and passed away. I do think that this fact is pretty unsettling about the song. Just the fact that the singer literally died while playing the song in particular. No other song, waited for the whole set. He played all his other music, and then during this song is when he has the heart attack and dies. That is a little creepy. And then of course the song was also featured in the movie Insidious, which is a pretty popular horror movie. And a lot of people think that that's why the song is so creepy, because people associate it with that movie. But kind of as we talked about before, people who have never seen the movie Insidious still find the song really creepy. I have seen the movie Insidious, and I definitely don't remember this song being featured in it whatsoever, and I still found the song creepy. But the association with that movie might add to this anyway. Another theory as to why this song scares people so much is because it's kind of like an uncanny valley. An uncanny valley suggests that humanoid objects, which imperfectly resemble actual human beings, provoke uncanny or strangely familiar feelings of eeriness and revulsion in observers. Basically why robots make us so uneasy, because they're very lifelike imitations of humans, but we can tell that they're not humans, which gives humans an unpleasant feeling. It's been suggested that this song is kind of like that, where he uses this really high-pitched voice that's almost so high-pitched that it's silly, but it's not, and it's clearly a serious song. And so the style of the song makes it just slightly sinister. Perhaps it's almost like the forced cheeriness of it. The cheeriness of the song is almost so over the top that it feels forced, and it makes us feel uneasy. And then there's the lyrics themselves, which can be interpreted as creepy. Even though it was written to be a romantic and happy song, if you wrote this song from the point of view of a stalker, the lyrics can be interpreted very differently. The lyrics are literally tiptoe through the window, by the window is where I'll be. If you think of a stalker writing that rather than a lover, then it's quite creepy, especially when you're putting those stalkery lyrics over some creepy video on TikTok. And then as an added bonus, I found a haunted ritual that revolves around this song. It's called musical chairs chairs alone. And I'm going to tell you what the ritual is, but of course, I warn everybody to not mess with haunted rituals, even if they're just made up. It's better to just not do it. So to play the game, you have to have only one person. It cannot be played with multiple people. That person needs a chair, a match, the song Tiptoe Through the Tulips with something to play it on, as well as a quiet, dark room. The player first ensures that the room has no outside light. So the curtains are drawn and any cracks in windows or doors are covered. You place the chair in the middle of the room and make sure that your device has the song all queued up and ready to play. Then you turn the lights off. The game must start at midnight. Hold the match in your hand and start the song Tiptoe Through the Tulips. You must then walk around the chair 6 times. After this, there are 3 possible outcomes to the game. If the music suddenly stops after you walk around the chair, then quickly sit on the chair and light the match. This means you've won the game and nothing bad will happen. If the music keeps playing after you're done with your rotations, then that means you've invited something very bad into your home and it does not want to play with you. And lastly, if you circle the chair 6 times and then the chair just falls over on its own, you must immediately leave the room. Do not look at the chair and you must never enter that room alone again. Again, don't mess with these kind of rituals, but I just like to imagine playing something like this in a dark room by yourself with that song playing. I'm pretty sure even if it's completely not real, any sound you heard would freak you out a ton, and that would be one creepy experience. I personally think that this song is one of the creepiest ever just because it's so overly cheery. And I think putting a cheery song like that over creepy videos is what makes the song so creepy. Similar to how you put innocent, cute children in horror movies and make them do really creepy things. Like Danny in The Shining. Or the little girl in Poltergeist. And it's exactly the same on TikTok. People putting a very light and overly cheery song, so cheery to the point that it's sinister, over something really creepy and dark happening. And then it just gives you this heavy feeling of unease. So that's the story of the really creepy song Tiptoe Through the Tulips. If you made it this far in the video, please throw me a like because that helps my channel out a ton, as well as leave me a comment if you have something to say about this song. I would love to chat with you about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end, and I will see y'all in the next one.